Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to do a 3-week update for you since I am now officially 4 weeks and 2 days pregnant, which is exciting. I just want to go over the symptoms that I've had this past week, thoughts, some things about like the development so far with the baby, and yeah, let's get into it. I have had a few symptoms, not all very pleasant, but I'm really, like, it sounds weird that I'm grateful for these, but I really am, because I would take every pregnancy symptom in the book if it meant that, like, at the end of everything I would have a healthy baby. So yeah, I'm thankful for my farting and nausea. But anyways, so I've been really emotional this past week, and I feel bad for my fiance. I just go from like 0 to 60 really quick. I get easily irritated and mad, and I know it's my hormones, and I know it's like totally irrational, but it doesn't really stop me from acting the way that I do. So I've also been really hungry in the morning when I wake up. Like, if I don't eat within 15 minutes of waking up, I get so nauseous. Really bad. And like, that's pretty much been every single day since I found out that we conceived, or that I'm pregnant. And I've also had farting from pretty much 8 DPO until my 4-week mark, and it's like every night, like clockwork, and it stinks. It's not like anything I have smelled before, and it's just gross. And again, I feel so bad for my fiance that he has to sit there and smell it. He's like, oh my god. And I've also, like, for the first, probably from 8 to 10 DPO, I was really constipated, really bad. So I was taking a stool softener and hoping for the best, and then I tried some grape water, which they actually use for infants, but you can use it as an adult, and I don't know if that's what kicked things into high gear, but I have been straight non-stop pooping for like the past 5 days. 5 days, yeah. And it's not solid, and it does not smell great, and it's like multiple trips to the bathroom a day, which is annoying. Early on, like after I found out I was pregnant, like I wrote down 9 and 10 DPO, I had some lower abdominal cramping and into my vagina. It was like every now and again I would feel cramping in my vagina, and for the past few days that's been pretty, like, nothing has really happened down there until today actually, which I'm 17 DPO today, and I do feel that cramping. It's like inside around my cervix, I feel that cramping. It's not painful, it's just dull and it's just there, but it does like make me feel like my period's gonna come any minute, but it doesn't. One of the most prominent things that happened in my 3 weeks was that on Friday I left work early. I work at a dispatch center, so I have to be on the phone talking all day, and I had to leave because my throat was killing me so bad. And then that night I could not sleep. My throat was hurting so bad. I was crying, and I just knew that it was strep throat. I just knew it. So finally, at 5 in the morning, I woke Dylan up, and I'm like, can we please go to the hospital? I'm like positive I have strep throat, and he's like, do we really need to go right now? Do you really think that you have strep throat, or could it just be really bad sore throat? And I was like, well, can you look in my mouth please? And he looked, and he saw the white like pockets all over my tonsils, and he was like, okay, yeah, we need to go. So we went to the hospital. They didn't do any like tests or anything besides swabbing my throat. I did tell them that I was pregnant, and It didn't really seem to matter much. And then I was tested positive for strep, and they prescribed me amoxicillin, which is safe during pregnancy because that had me worried. And they just had to be on the lookout for a fever, and if it doesn't go away within like the next couple of days. And that was on 15 DPO, so 2 days ago. And I've been on the medication, still am, and I feel much better. It still is kind of a little bit sore, but definitely nowhere near as bad. But then the next day, after we found out that I had strep throat, my fiance had strep throat, so he is also on amoxicillin. But that just shows how close we are, which I think is cute. So I started to feel more like myself today. This morning I woke up and was very, very, very hungry. I ate a leftover burger from last night for breakfast at like 9:30 in the morning, which is crazy. But that's, for my 3 weeks, that was my symptoms. My thoughts obviously were really surrounded by like making sure that my lines got darker. That was a big concern of mine, because I don't know why, but I just was really hyper focused on being worried about a chemical pregnancy. And I mean, I feel really, really grateful that my lines have progressed the way that they are. In my last pregnancy, my lines, I didn't really test that much. I got one positive first response where the control line was, or the test line was darker than the control line. And I went to Planned Parenthood, and that was it. And then I didn't find out my HCG levels until I had this spotting at 4 weeks and like 5 days. And that's when we kind of started that journey of my levels not doubling. So I know that it doesn't matter much that my lines are getting darker. Like, things could still go wrong, but for some reason that's kind of comforted me right now. I actually have an appointment this coming Thursday on January 3rd in the morning, and it's basically just to get my HCG level and my progesterone level. Those are the two things that the thing I'm most worried about is my progesterone, and then obviously HCG doubling the way that it should. Judging off my lines, my tests seem to be getting darker every 2 days, so hopefully that's a good thing. But I am concerned about my progesterone. I have upped my usage of the cream to twice a day again, the 2 times a day at 1/4 of a teaspoon, just in case. And I'm honestly wondering if that's what made the difference this time in us conceiving. I don't know, and I don't know that I've used it long enough for it to make a difference, but it just seems odd that the cycle after I started using it, we got pregnant. But yeah, I'm nervous about our appointment on Thursday. I just want everything to look good. But I'm glad that we got one so early, so in case my progesterone level is low, that maybe they can give me some sort of like suppository or a pill to take to help with that. And then I just wanted to talk about the development so far. It's the size of a poppy seed, and it was a blastocyst preparing for implantation, burrowing into the lining of the uterus. And then it entered the embryonic stage as of today, and the placenta is starting to form, and I call it little bean. So little bean is being nourished by the yolk sac while the placenta is forming, and the neural tube, which becomes the brain and the spinal cord, is forming, and the amniotic sac and fluid where a baby will live for the next 9 months is present. It's fascinating to think that I'm growing a human. And I've been like watching these documentaries about like the time in the womb, and it's just all crazy. It's crazy to me to think about the journey that sperm have to go through to make it to an egg, and the fact that that actually happened inside of me is just crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to share my 3-week update with you, and then I will do one at the end of these 4 weeks as well. I will probably also just do one when I find out the results from my doctor's appointment as well. But if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to leave it down below. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry if I'm like, I feel like I'm very awkward at this right now because I've never really done this before. So thank you for bearing with me.